everyone! So when I first saw the little sneak peek that Christine gives us at Cocoa Daisy as design team members of the August kit called 80 Days, there's something about these colors, and because it's travel themed, and the airplanes and I don't know, the globes, and just the overall look of the kit reminded me of some pictures that I had of when Paul and I went to France like five years ago. Maybe it's even 6 years ago now. I have never scrapbooked these photos because I had album indecision. I didn't want to make pages because I didn't know what kind of album I wanted to put it in, and I didn't know what kind of album to buy because I didn't know what style and stuff I wanted to scrap these photos in, because it was a really amazing kind of like once in a lifetime trip for the two of us, and I have hundreds of photos. This was pre-digital camera for me, so these are all prints, and while there are some doubles, there are also lots of them in here I want to make sure get included in the album in some way. And then I have several dozen more prints that we took with Paul's digital camera while we were there. So lots of photos and lots of indecision, but something about these colors just reminded me of these. It's actually this picture of our plane being prepped for us to board the night that we left Toronto for Paris. So I decided just to get over my album indecision, and I took out a nice aqua blue album from Recollections. It's a binder. I sort of had this vision of using a beautiful antique sort of Victorian era velvet album, and I've been looking at them on Etsy, and there's a few that I thought about buying, but they're small. They're just about the size of a 8.5 by 11 binder, and I thought about it and realized that my sort of only vision I had had for this album the whole time I've been thinking about it over the past 6 years, not like all the time, don't get me wrong, but just when I do think about it, was of bigger pages, and I do mostly scrap 12 by 12, so I thought I'd rather try to do something to this album or an album like this album someday and maybe make the pages in 12 by 12 size. So I have a few photos to get started with. Sort of have a basic idea of at least something I'd like to do with some of these papers for this album. And then I went through my kit and I just pulled out all my favorites. Everything is so travel themed and awesome. So there's the Cocoa Daisy Project Life cards in here. I think this one will be good for some of these photos, and there's lots of oranges and pinks and some sort of paler colors, which really reminded me of our trip because everything was kind of French and shabby and old that we went to go see. I have lots of pictures of architecture and artwork, so I think some of the colors in this kit and the overall look of it will work with the photos. And I also pulled out all sorts of other small embellishments from the kit. There's tons and tons of, I got lots of wood veneer airplanes in my kit, which will be great because, you know, we flew there. The suitcases, little arrows, speech bubbles, some tabs, these sequins that are such a pretty color that I think will go with some of the photos. So I've never scrapped like a whole project, big one like this before, so I've been a little intimidated, so I hope that this kit is just the push that I need to get started. Alright, so we will see what happens. I might chicken out and not do it at all. Alright, bye!